Hello, listeners. This is Moose Jaw Matt. Welcome back to Nature and Science for Kids. Depending on where you live, you might be in a culture that is celebrating Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I thought I would create a couple of podcast episodes related to Christmas. This first one is about
Christmas tree worm.
Christmas tree worms are ciliary feeders. That's because they have
Cilia.
that's like little tiny hairs, bristles, almost like whiskers. But on these worms, they're shaped in such a way that they look a lot like a Christmas tree, like the branches of a Christmas tree. They point up into a triangular shape. They actually spiral around up to the point to the top. So it's a conical, triangular shape, a lot like a Christmas tree. If you imagine a Christmas tree, an evergreen, a fir, that's what it looks like. However, these little worms are fun because they're so colorful. They can be blue, they can be red, they can be pink, orange, yellow. Christmas tree worms are anchored into a rock so that a lot of their worm-like body is hidden out of the way. I've seen them before when scuba diving, and what's fun is that when you come up close to them, if you pass your hand nearby, it moves the current and they feel it, and then they
Tuck back it.
They quickly tuck back into their little hiding place in the coral. What these Christmas tree worms do with the cilia is catch food as it passes by on the current. So maybe this little tiny morsel of food, a little cookie crumb passes by. It wouldn't be a cookie crumb, but we're just imagining. Some morsel of food goes passing by and it gets caught in these little bristles.
Nab it.
These little hair-like cilia things.
Cilia.
And then they pass it down. And then they eat it. So imagine holding out a net and someone tosses a bunch of crumbs into the air. You catch what you can, and then you nibble from the net what you've caught. That's almost exactly what a Christmas tree worm is doing. They don't have to move very much. In fact, where they're located, they're pretty much there the rest of their lives. They're not really moving. The only movement is in or out of their little hiding space. There are some fun facts about Christmas tree worms at this Christmas time of year. Oh, I almost forgot. Christmas tree worms, they're only about 1.5 inches long. So if you hold out your fingers, if you're a pretty young child, that's about the length of any of your fingers. If you're an adult, that's about the length of your pinky. That's how much they kind of stick out, their little bristles. So they're not large Christmas trees, not very big, but they are pretty. If you're ever snorkeling or scuba diving at a reef, look for these little guys. They can be easy to miss, but they're beautiful. Well, listeners, thank you for joining me. Again, this is Moose Jaw Matt. Until next time, keep exploring your world. Wait a minute, listeners. Have you noticed something with the music on the last couple of episodes? If you noticed that the last episode and this one was playing some old music, you're right. These were the theme songs from the first season. Well, part of the reason we're doing that is because we're ending the second season. Can you believe it? 2 years in, we're about to start our third season. So, we're kind of doing a throwback end of the season shindig thing. However, we are beginning to look forward to season 3, which means, well, actually, we don't really do seasons. We just kind of keep going. Anyway, it's been 2 years since we started. We're about to start our third year. That's better. We're not going to call them seasons, just our third year. Anyway, we are about to change our theme song, so you can look forward. That's not grammatically correct. You can be looking forward to new theme music in the near future. All right, there we go. Oh, no, there's one more thing. We have someone to thank.
Thank you, Solomon from Virginia.
I would like to thank Solomon from Virginia for being our latest supporter on Patreon. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Again, what you do helps keep this going, and it brings a lot of enthusiasm and motivation to me and whoever else, our staff, who whoever that is. Who is our staff? That makes me wonder, who's helping me? I feel all alone. That's not true. I'm just kidding. I would like to thank Solomon from Virginia and all of the others on Patreon. If you are not supporting on Patreon, you are welcome to. Let's try this again. I'm Moose Jaw Matt. Until next time, keep exploring your world. Keep exploring your world. Keep exploring your world. Keep exploring your world. Keep exploring. Keep exploring. I said keep exploring. Keep exploring your world. Keep exploring your world.